Good morning. I am 5 minutes earlier today. As always, if you're watching in recording, you're welcome to fast forward 5 minutes or stay with us through our hellos. Good morning, Joey. Good morning, Yanni. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Ari. Good morning, Jean. All right, it is time for us to start, and today we start our final category from the Atlas of the Heart, or at least I think it is the last one. It's called Places We Go When Things Are Not What They Seem. And Brené Brown includes in this category amusement, bittersweetness, nostalgia, cognitive dissonance, paradox, irony, and sarcasm. Today we're going to do a general practice, and I just want to read a little bit from her introduction to this chapter, to this section. She says, what happens when we feel two competing emotions at the same time? Can two seemingly contradictory thoughts both be true? Well, welcome to being human. Competing emotions and contradictory thoughts are messy and can feel very uncomfortable, vulnerable, even irritating. But it's important to remember that this push-pull is a reflection of our complexity as human beings. And if we're willing to stay with this discomfort and stay curious, complexity is one of our greatest teachers. The problem starts when we don't have the skills or experience to tolerate the uncertainty and ambiguity, and we give in to the cravings for neat, mutually exclusive categories. There is nothing more limiting than tapping out of tension and oversimplifying the thoughts and feelings that have the power to help us understand who we are and what we need. I'll read that again because I think that's very important. There is nothing more limiting than tapping out of tension and oversimplifying the thoughts and feelings that have the power to help us understand who we are and what we need. So this is all about this staying with the discomfort, being okay with the discomfort, even if we don't like it. In his book, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, Adam Grant writes, I need time for my confusion. Confusion can be a cue that there is new territory to be explored or a fresh puzzle to be solved. And Brené Brown adds, when someone tells me I am not sure how I feel, I am sad, but weirdly, I am also relieved. My first thought isn't, yikes, they have no idea how they feel, or, they have no idea of, they don't have a lot of self-awareness. My first thought is normally, oh man, I get that. And I get how those feelings can coexist. That makes total sense. The uncertainty feels like self-awareness for me. When someone tells me, well, I'm not sure what I think about that policy. I used to be a fierce proponent of it, but I am learning more and I'm not as sure as I used to be. My first thought isn't, what a flip-flopper. My first thought is, wow, that's rare. What are you learning? I'm curious. Do share with me. Again, it's counterintuitive, but acknowledging uncertainty is a function of grounded confidence, and it feels like humility to me. So today, let's explore the embodiment of confusion together. Embodiment of uncertainty, and see how we can stay with this discomfort, how we can not try to immediately tap out of tension, but allow this tension to dissolve on its own because we accept the complexity and contradictory nature of our own emotions. Allow them to coexist. As always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle in. Scan your body and notice how you're feeling today, physically, emotionally, mentally, and pay attention to those contradictory sensations, emotions, thoughts that may be present right now. Allow yourself to breathe freely. Don't try to control your breath. Just observe how it flows in and out of your body. And even in your breath, there may be some uncertainty and contradiction. One breath may be easy and satisfying, and the next breath may be all of a sudden shallow and short. So just pay attention to this. Don't try to do anything about it. Simply observe. And now bring to mind something you were or are now uncertain about. Maybe it's some decision making in your life, changing careers, leaving a relationship, moving to another place. Face this uncertainty. Whatever it is, reflect on the source of it and start noticing what happens in your body. See if you can stay with your direct experiences, however uncomfortable they are, even if it's just for a few brief moments at a time. What are you uncertain about? And how does this uncertainty feel in your body? How does it express yourself in your mind? How does it express itself in your breath? Can you pinpoint in your body where your uncertainty usually lives? Maybe it's a certain anxiety, anxiousness in the heart area or in your belly. Or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's just racing thoughts or shallow breath. Can you dissect your uncertainty a little bit? What are you feeling exactly? For the past few months, we have been exploring different emotions and how they express themselves in the body. So, can you notice what your uncertainty is comprised of? Is it fear and excitement at the same time? Is it just some sort of confusion and you can't tell? Either way, it's fine. What are you thinking right now? Are you trying to avoid staying in this uncertainty? Are you trying to problem solve? Find just one answer. Figure out the one emotion that you feel, the one thought that you should be thinking. Notice all the questions that are present in your mind. And keep noticing your physical sensations as you pay attention to your thought process. How are the two connected? Your thoughts and your physical sensations in the moment of uncertainty, in this discomfort of uncertainty. Now take a nice deep breath and see if you can take a pause and simply stay with this discomfort without trying to resolve anything. Kind of savor your uncertainty, however counterintuitive it may feel. Remind yourself that confusion, uncertainty is often a good thing if we don't allow it to become too big and over-consuming. Remind yourself that uncertainty always resolves, that confusion always leads to deep learning. And instead of trying to answer all those buzzing questions, what if you could simply let them go unanswered for now? Enjoy this limbo, so to speak. Simply simmer in the questions themselves, trusting that the answer will come in due time. You know that some questions, the deep questions that come from within, they're not really meant to be answered a lot of times. They are meant to create awareness. And out of this awareness, you will receive the needed guidance, the necessary information, either from within or without. And that will make things less uncertain, and you will be able to make whatever decision needs to be made. How are you feeling now? Has the reminder to stay with the question instead of desperately trying to find all the answers at once and get yourself out of this uncomfortable uncertainty helped you alleviate your discomfort a little bit? What happened to your thought process? Has it relaxed a little bit or not really? And remember, there is no answer here. It's just exploring. It's just a practice. Now bring your hands to your heart and repeat after me. I am here. I am breathing. Even in the discomfort of this uncertainty. Right here, right now, I'm okay. And all is well in my world. As you go through your day today, notice when you feel uncertain. And notice if your default reaction to it is frustration or avoidance. And see if you can interrupt this pattern by giving yourself time to simply stay with the discomfort of your questions without trying to answer them, just trusting that the answers will come in due time. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a gorgeous day, and I will see you tomorrow.